Hello everyone, this is Bill with Yarn Crafts for Lefties. Today we're going to be going over how to cable 6 back. If you've done a cable 4 back, really there's not too much of a difference between it other than the number of stitches that you're involving. When you're looking at doing a cable and it tells you cable 4, cable 6, cable 8, that's just the total number of stitches that will be involved in the cable. For a cable 6, we will be involving 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these 6 here. Whenever we're doing a cable, the first amount of those are going to be reserved. For a cable 6, we're going to reserve half, unless your instructions tell you otherwise. So I'm going to take a separate double-pointed needle, because I'd rather use that than a cable hook. And I'm going to transfer 3 stitches to my double-pointed needle. And give me 1 second to catch these as they fall off and run away. There we go. Now, since it's a cable back that we're going to do, I need to take these stitches and I need to move them to the back of my work. This being the front and this being the back. Once they're reserved to the back, I'm going to pretend that they're not there for a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to knit these 3 stitches right here. So 1, 2, and 3. Now traditionally, your pattern or instructions for cabling tells you to take the 3 that are sitting back here and transfer them back to the needle you took them off from. So that's what I'm going to do the first time here. And I'm just transferring them all in one shot because it's a lot easier. So now they're back on this needle. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to knit those 3. 1, 2, 3. And before I show it to you, I'm just going to purl the next 2 as my pattern tells me to, so that way I'm able to actually have it hold. And now, one thing I like to do once I do it is sometimes some of the stitches get elongated, so I just give it a little shimmy with my fingers, and now we've created our cable. 3 back. Down here you can see how this is going over to the left. That's because down here it did a cable front. Up here we're doing a cable back. A back cable is always going to run to the left versus a cable front that runs to the right. So now I'll come over here again and I'm going to show you doing a cable 6 back just using the double pointed with no transferring. So I'm going to take 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to reserve them to the back of my work. Now I'm just going to move my yarn so that way I can get at this. And one thing I do like to do is when I'm using a double pointed needle to reserve them, if you have one that has a lot of drag on it, that's great because then you don't have to worry about it falling out. And I can just let it hang out and back and not even have to think about it. So let's knit these 3, 2, 3. Now that I've done that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to move my yarn behind the double pointed needle and I'm going to knit them right off of it. 1, 2, and one tip I want to give you, this last one, as soon as you get to it, it's going to want to get long, so I hold it with my finger so that way it can't. Now I'm going to knit it, pull that out quick. You can see that this loop got really long, so I'm just going to shimmy, shimmy, and now I made it smaller again. I'll go ahead and purl these next 2. And there we go. And that's all there is to doing a cable 6 back. Remember, anytime you are cabling to the back, your cable is going to cross towards the left on the front of your work. Thank you for joining Yarn Crafts for Lefties. This is Bill. Happy knitting.